spreads, totals, props. Lots of ways to win money, but also lots of ways to lose. It's time for some sharp analysis. All sports, all over the globe, all the time. Home of the Guest Bettor jackpot, it's CorBET. Here is your host, Dylan Corbett.
All right, welcome in. This is the Christmas edition of CorBET, right? So happy holidays to all out there. Welcoming you back, Guest Bettor, Sebastian Urban. Bass, you made it to like day 3 last time, right? So we're welcoming you back, and a nice day to start you here as it's Christmas Day. Tons of NBA action, and that's where we're starting. Kind of just going to run through all the games because your first play, you got a 3-play card. We're going to start with New Orleans and Miami. You're a Heat fan, right? Or you followed LeBron, but you've spent with maybe you stayed a Heat fan, but that's where your first play resides.
Yeah, so I actually was a Heat fan because of Dwayne Wade. I followed him in college, and then when he went to the Heat, I've been a Heat fan ever since. I'm not going to touch the spread in this game. I do like New Orleans this year. I think they're going to be a sneaky team in the West. I think Steven Adams is a big addition to that team. But I am going to go to the over-under. I'm going to take the over at 224.5. I think both these teams like to play at pace, and should see a lot of points in this one.
So a couple things with this. First, what do you think of the Heat against the Magic? Just a total letdown matchup there, too. Orlando, they're division foes. Orlando's got a sneaky team that could show up any game.
Yeah, weren't they like the 8th seed last year or something like that?
They were, indeed.
Playoffs. Yeah, they gave Milwaukee a little bit of a run too there. But no, I mean, it was a complete letdown game. I was big on, I was on the Heat -3 when the line originally came out. It jumped all the way to -4.5, but they just didn't live up to expectations.
So a lot of line movement in this one. I was going to say I was on the Raptors last night, so I was a little bit shocked. They looked good to start and fell flat. And New Orleans, very good team. I took them plus 750 to win the Southwest. So a little division play there, I'm hoping. I actually went opposite you here, but I feel a little bit better about yours because you talked about line movement. I think this went down like 6 points. So you went contrarian and said, okay, well, now this line's moved too much. I'm going over. I'm sticking with going under just because I believe the Heat game went over by 1 bucket against Orlando. So that was how they cashed the over in that game. And in New Orleans, that one went way under on a high total. So I'm just following the line movement there, but again, I might be a little too late to the party. So you're staying away from Milwaukee, Golden State. I'm going Milwaukee. Lost on a buzzer beater to the Celtics last night. This line, speaking of line movement, -7 to -10. I'm falling for it. Let's go. Golden State's not a good team. Milwaukee, they're hungry for their first win. I think they blow them out. Let's see here. Let's go to the Lake Show tonight. This will kick off one part of your parlay. Is a pair of 0-1 teams surprisingly come in. It's Dallas and the Lake Show.
Yeah, so for my second play, it's a money line parlay. First leg of it will be the Los Angeles Lakers. I think they came out really flat in that first game, and they're a lot better than the way they played. I think especially against this Mavericks team, they're missing Porzingis. It's a big loss for them, and I think Anthony Davis is just going to eat in the inside, and they should win this game.
And then you're pairing that with the Clippers, who are 1-0. They've taken on Denver, who lost in OT to Sacramento, and then you like 2 plays in this game.
Yeah, so the first one, Clippers to win. It's the second leg of the money line parlay. I think they still remember, obviously, what happened in the playoffs. I think this is going to be a little bit of This is going to be a little bit of a revenge game for them. I think they're going to try to come out and just roll over the Nuggets. The second play in this game, I like the over here, over 224. These are both high-scoring teams, and I also expect a lot of points in this one.
I tailed you on this. I like the over as well, over 224. I will say in that Lakers game against Dallas just lost to the Suns. You said it. They're a little bit depleted. With Porzingis out, so they lost to the Suns. I don't think they're going to score many points either. So the Lakers, a good defensive team. I've got that under 227.5. And then I wanted to touch this game. I took the over because I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Brooklyn and Boston. The line is actually Brooklyn favored by 3. Boston just beat Milwaukee. What do you think about this game? I know you're not touching it, but I didn't play it, but I'm tempted to take the Celtics. I think they're legit.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think this is definitely the most star-studded game tomorrow, and definitely the one I'm most excited for. I think these are two teams that are going to be vying for the number one seed in the East, so it'll be interesting to see how they match up early on here.
And the Kyrie revenge game again as well. Did not have he had a tumultuous tenure with Boston, the city of Boston, and the Celtics. All right, well, Merry Christmas. We'll see if Sebastian can go on another run. Our guest bettor, Sebastian Urban. This will be posted, yes, on a Friday here. We've got an NFL game tonight as well. So plenty of sports all around this weekend. Seabass, appreciate it, and we hope to talk to you on Saturday.
Merry Christmas.
All right, welcome in. You just heard from guest bettor Sebastian Urban. He's got his 3 plays in the NBA. Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. So some Christmas NBA. I'm going to be locked into that all day. We've got NFL. We got college football. We got college hoops. So some awesome stuff. Do want to touch up because there was some line movement. I've got some finishing plays here for the NBA. It's kind of like one of those games, one of those days, March Madness. You have to bet the board, MLB opening day, NFL playoffs. You always have to have plays on everything. I like the Heat. This line's moving away from them. I'm falling into the same damn trap I went with the Raptors a couple days ago. But interesting line movement here. Seabass is on the over in this game. It has continued to decrease by 2 more points. So this is crazy. There's been 6 points shifting in this morning game, Miami and the Pelicans. Let's see. I did end up taking the Celtics. I told you to take the over. I like the Celtics here. Brooklyn. This is going to be the game of the day, I think. But Celtics coming off a huge win against the Bucks. They're a perennial East contender. I like Celtics +3. Brooklyn finally facing a good team for once after they blew out the Warriors. And then I'm taking the Nuggets. Kind of a bounce-back game, in my opinion, and a letdown factor for the Clippers. Clippers beat the Lakers in the season opener. Nuggets lost in OT to the Kings. Yikes. So let's play those both factors there. I like the Nuggets. And a bounce back to round out the Christmas NBA slate +2.5. Matt, you got college hoops?
Yes. First game of the day should be a really good one. We got Wisconsin and Michigan State, 11:30 a.m. Central. I'm rolling with the Badgers here, +2. This should be a great game. What does worry me is Michigan State coming off that loss against Northwestern. They obviously don't want to start 0-2 in Big Ten. But bottom line, I just think Wisconsin's a better team here. Ruvers and Potter should give the Spartans fits down low at the end of the day. Dimitri Trice will have the ball in his hands. That's who I want it. And then, the son of a bitch, Brad Davidson, will probably take a couple bullshit flopping charge calls, and that could swing some momentum when it really matters. Other college basketball game, I've had my eye on this since Wednesday without any games yesterday.
Come on, I'm hoping you got it.
Yeah, Iowa -6. I mean, what the fuck is this line?
Yes.
It truly makes no sense. Minnesota, I mean, it's a trap almost. Minnesota got 30-pieced by Illinois. They did have a nice win against SLU. SLU's a good team. I faded Minnesota in that game. But bottom line, Iowa is far better, and they play a similar style. That's what should be worrisome for Minnesota. Like, in games where one team is clearly better than the other, which I think we can all agree Iowa is clearly better than Minnesota. They could get tripped up if, Minnesota played a completely different style. Maybe they wanted to slow the ball down, just give Iowa out of their comfort zone. No, they play the same style. Minnesota likes to push too. They have similar size, like a 7-footer down low. Garza will have his way. Wieskamp, Bohannon, I like Iowa big here.
Yeah, reason I was so pumped, the record speaks for itself. Matthew Ice in college hoops. I'm on Iowa as well. I always like to peek before we record to see what Matt's got. He didn't release on the action, so I was pumped to hear that we're on the same side there. I like the over because I think Minnesota, let's see if they could do some points as well. So I've got Iowa -7. I took the over. It's a high number, but let's hope for a shootout over 160.
No, I love that over too. Iowa did look much better on defense against Purdue. No, like I said, they are up and down. They don't play defense. Neither does Minnesota.
Right. Let's see here. NFL, I've got just one play, and that'll wrap up my card. I like the under 51. I was just talking with Matt before we hit record. I was thinking Vikings +7. Now it's down to 6.5. Still thinking about it, but I think I'm just going to lay away. New Orleans has lost 2 straight up. Vikings have not covered in 5 straight games, so I don't know, a huge number. It's also right near that push line now, 6.5. That's interesting. I'm just sticking with under 51. I think that's the surefire bet. Breeze still hasn't looked great since his return. Saints, obviously, one of the top defenses in the NFL. And let's see which Kirk Cousins is going to show up here on kind of a prime time, right? It's Christmas Day. It's going to be interesting. Matt, you were kind of analyzing this game before we hopped on here.
Yeah, I think I'm staying away too. Might throw in a prop later. Yeah, I mean, Vikings are virtually eliminated. They obviously have to win. Doesn't mean they will. The Saints, they've been reeling, like you said. They're still deep down fighting for that top seed. And for a team, the Saints, who has lost twice in the last 3 or 4 years in the playoffs to the Vikings, they have a chance to officially eliminate the Vikings. So I'm confident they win. Is it a matter of it's a touchdown or not? I honestly don't know. Kirk played really well in the Dome last year in that playoff game. They could score some points, keep it close. But right now, no action. I do have a college football play, though.
Sure.
I'm going to go with Buffalo -6 here. I haven't really been into the Bulls yet, just kind of staying away and monitoring. We've hit Buffalo a lot this year, though.
Yes.
In the MAC, they ran through the MAC. Did they? No, they might. Did they?
They just lost to Ball State, so they're coming off in the championship.
Coming off of that. But bottom line, it's a really good team. Jarrett Patterson had a phenomenal season. The running back. My one memory of Marshall is them losing as 20-point favorites.
Yes.
4-point favorites by 20. So yeah, I'll ride Buffalo here.
As soon as you just said that, I just tailored you. I literally just plugged in the bet right there, Buffalo, because that's the thing too. Buffalo has been a cover machine. They're coming off the loss in the MAC championship. And Marshall, ever since the legendary 10K loss against Rice, they've lost 2 straight games. It's been Rice and then UAB in Marshall's respective conference title game. So, yeah, I think Marshall's cursed. I mean, I'm with you. Let's go Buffalo, and that'll round out CorBETs. Matt is in Illinois, if I'm not mistaken, and Sebastian Urban, our guest bettor. Yes, cheers. We're hoping to see if he can go on another run. I believe he made it to day 3 next time, but coming up, we've got a possible live recording coming up by the end of the week here as Matt makes his return to Minneapolis. So good stuff. #Let's Cash, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.